Hi, I'm Luvuchu, and welcome to my channel. This is your weekly recap and review of Boys Planet. The Elimination Live also is out, so let me go over that super quick before we get into the actual episode. They do a similar cute intro like they did in the first elimination. However, this time they just did it with their team members rather than with the opposite team. Similarly to Elimination 1, this live only reveals one survivor. The rest will be revealed next week. Only 28 trainees will pass this time, so we're getting really close to the end. I'd also like to mention that we're in the second half of the season. There will be 12 episodes in total, and if we take out 3 elimination episodes next week, semi-final elimination and final debut elimination, that actually only leaves roughly 2 episodes for trainees to gain general public popularity. Once again, the trainee who debuts in first place will have a solo track in the debut album. Anyways, back to the live stream. The 3 candidates for 28th place are also revealed, those being Woonki, Chamingxiang, and Myunghyun. Vocal and dance teams are the first to be called, so feel special, LOVE KILLA, and Home, and Butterfly. This will most likely be the first teams to be revealed next week also. The first survivor to be revealed, who ranked on 12th place, is Jae. This is his first time being out of the top 9 other than the first ranking. One of my predictions was correct. I predicted Jae's rank to fluctuate, so I see him ranking higher next elimination or as soon as the third votings open up. With the live stream non-episode related content out of the way, let's get into the actual episode. Anyways, the episode begins with a quick recap of the last episode. After the mentors give praises to said episodes, they share their worried for team Feel Special, and it cuts into quick clips of multiple teams having internal problems. It then cuts back to the performance stage where Team Law walks in and makes their intro. Huda MC asks Yeonjun what the biggest problem they faced was, and it fades into the moment right before mentor evaluation. And here is my biggest problem. Yeonjun shows having awful anxiety about being evaluated by mentor Jiwoong, the guy I said they should fire a while back. I want to make it clear, being anxious in an evaluation and being nervous over being evaluated by a specific mentor that's critiqued you before is completely normal. However, this was far from normal. Yeonjun was extremely anxious. He even touched his heart because it was going fast. In his confessionals, he said how scared he was to be evaluated he was. The night before, it seemed he was unable to sleep, and when he asked who the dance mentor was gonna evaluate them, and the group members said Yeon, it seemed like you told the poor boy his parents were shipped off to the underworld. Maybe Yeonjun was in fact having normal and healthy stress, however that is not how Ned is painting it as, or at least to me. And it is in no way helping this mentor's image, especially since he's received criticism of his teaching method before. Luckily, Yeonjun is praised, but again the fact that he was shocked and confused when he was praised shows a lot. After that, we cut into evaluations in which the trainees themselves conduct. Sadly, this evaluation didn't go smoothly, but even so, Park Hanbin took role as leader seriously and made the team practice a lot. Luckily, it was worth it because the end performance was great. Yeonjun and Wang Zihao were MIFAV trainees of this performance, and Park Hanbin is an incredible leader. The other two, Yedam and Camden, also pulled their weight, and overall it was just great. Park Hanbin got the highest live stage votes with 757 points. The next team is Men in Love. And before we start the training montage recap, I want to say some real quick. Is it just me, but when Tare smiles he reminds me of someone? I just can put my finger on it. Anyways, this team is actually critiqued a lot by the mentors, mostly about memorizing, tone and volume. The team actually ends up last in the mentor evaluation for the rap and vocal teams. They luckily are able to recover, and I absolutely love this performance. Although it's not my fav in this episode, or even close to my favs in the entire show, it was in my opinion the only performance that actually felt like a concert. It was great, and I understand the Tare hype now, I really do. Tare received the most live stage votes in Team Man in Love with 740 votes. Next is Rush Hour, and boy did a lot happen. Ma Jingxiang is the main villain portrayed in this montage. Although Ricky is also painted as not so good, it's not to the extent Xiang is. Xiang wants to continue learning the original dance while Ricky wants to start creating new choreo, which leads to multiple arguments. It gets to the point Takuto begins to cry. I will mention that one of the fights seemed really awkward, at least to me it didn't seem like a real fight. Even so, I want to mention that evil editing isn't always completely made up. The trainees were most likely actually frustrated, actually had arguments. Evil editing doesn't make scenarios from thin air other than the exception of clipping scenes together. Evil editing instead makes situations seem worse than they actually are. In my opinion, the added confessional of Park Hanbin, which said along the lines it doesn't seem they're desperate or want it, was not necessary, and it was only for the intention of making the situation seem worse. They're able to make up a day before the performance, and the performance itself was pretty good. Again, it's really unfortunate that the arguments were escalated, and that many of the members felt disappointed. I just wished it would have gone a little better. They also got one of the most criticism in this mission, even in their final performance. Ricky got the most live stage votes in Rush Hour with 745 points. After that we move on to Limousine. And these L mentors were so shady. Anthony got killing part and Jiwoo leader, and the mentor was like, Christian, you're not upset right, like goddamn in the shade. Christian was cute about it though, so I hope it's okay. The only main issue they faced was criticism of lyrics, which they end up changing. They changed their lyrics to relate to their experience of being in Boys Planet. Jiwoo raps about being editing out and having his best friend SOOBIN eliminated. It seems Anthony wrote about false, high expectations of how this show would pan out of him. However, they didn't go in depth into Christian, they just mentioned he had a line about anti-fans, which is like, you literally have a trainee complain about the pain they felt about being edited out, and Ned proceeds to edit the other to out like. Anyways, overall it was a pretty good performance, even though it started pretty shaky. They put in great emotion and for the most part felt like a real concert. Park Ji-woo got the most live stage votes in Limousine with 795 points. Next is Feel Special, which, along Rush Hour, had the most drama in the episode. The main villain of this is Jang Xiaobo, who the episode shows as being lazy or not trying during his mentor evaluation. He voices his concerns that his part would be too difficult, which I think is valid, but the mentor also brings up another valid point that his action would affect the whole team. Throughout the whole training montage, the two Chinese members are shown as lazy, incompetent, etc. Although I definitely think some of the criticism is fair, I hate how they again involved other trainees not in Feel Special team. They would show random shots of other trainees agreeing or talking about them, which was not necessary at all in my opinion. Other trainees' reactions is a part of reality TV show, but nitpicks and chooses. All I'm gonna say is that as soon as one to Chinese trainees start raising in ranks, they're all of a sudden given literal 10+ minutes of screen time on how awful people they are. I'm not defending their actions at all. Some of the things they said led to valid frustration in their team members, but the heavy editing is not necessary because it's made in a way to intentionally damage a personality, not to call out bad behavior. The final performance was pretty good. Like I said, some of the critiques were valid and led to better choices. Woonki did great, and I really pray he gets another shot, whether that be on Boys Planet or outside. Jang Xiaobo got the most live stage votes in Feel Special with 703 points. Next is Not Spring, Love, or Cherry Blossoms. Nothing much happens in the training montage, and this video is long enough, so let's get straight to the performance. Doha is so cute, and him and Dole have improved tremendously since the beginning of the show. I feel like with a little bit of time, they'll be great members of a team. And I can't finish this without mentioning I-chan. He's a beautiful singer, a super humble guy, and honestly carried this whole team. He deserves so much more attention. It wasn't the most skilled performance, but it was super enjoyable. It really helped that all the members have great talking voices. Jang I-chan got the most live stage votes in Not Spring, Love, Cherry Blossoms with 730. We cheered. Next is Team Butterfly. I really want to rant about this performance as a whole, so I'll quickly recap the montage. Junseo confidence arc and Lip J proving she's the best mentor. Okay, so this performance was incredible. If it weren't for a couple mistakes, this could have easily been my favorite performance out of any of the Planet series. It was just wow. Chen Kwanjui is incredible, absolutely incredible. He's a beautiful dancer and has a great voice and everything. The rest of the team also did amazing, and even with the mistakes it was such an incredible stage. Chen Kwanjui got the most live votes in Team Butterfly with 696 points. And we end the episode with Team Tomboy. Tomboy gets decent trainee evaluations, with the main critique being that they didn't meet expectations and that Zhang Hao didn't stand out to them. Zhang Hao and Hanbin struggles the most during practices, with both of them not feeling confident or having their natural habits happening as easy as they used to. Anyways, this performance is my favorite in the show Sulfur Monoxide Fire. It was just wow, I was shocked. Zhang Hao singing, Dunwick's rap, the Who the Hanbin duo part, wow. Zhang Hao got the most live stage votes in Tomboy with 849 points, also making him the trainee with the highest points in this mission. Tomboy, Love Killa, and Law win in their respective categories. Love Killa will also be performing on the countdown. The episode ends with a preview of the filler clips for next episode, a sports day. Overall, this might be one of my least favorite episodes with my favorite performances, so it balances out. That's all for this week. Which was your fav performance, and who do you wish will make it next week? That's all, see you soon.